Okay, let's start with the first one.
I used to be a toxic stan that hated BTS and male voices, and would argue with me friends about it. But now I have an almost 1-hour playlist with half of them being sung by males.
To be honest, I'll believe that you were used to female voices, so that's why you find male voices irritating to hear. When I first discovered K-pop, I disliked most of songs with male voice because I wasn't used to it, except for some. It could have been acceptable if you weren't toxic about it, but hopefully you changed to the best, which I respect you for it. Okay, now let's move to the second one. I wasn't expecting this one coming. This one was unclear. I don't know if it in a good way, like I'm jealous of Mako, she dances very well, or in a negative way, but since it's a confession, I'll believe you meant in a negative way. As long as you don't hate, I won't come at you, but instead you can use that jealousy with the purpose of motivation so you don't turn around the negativity, or just try to ignore the group and evaluate yourself. That's the only thing I can advise you with. Now let's see the third confession. Well, this one count as a Kpop confession to write? No comment. Seriously, let's move to another confession.
When I first heard about Momoland, I used to think it was a reality show about Momo, till I saw Momoland stage getting recommended, then I realized it was a girl group.
This one is ridiculously funny. I can't deny that the first thing that came up to my mind when I first heard about the group was Twice's Momo. But weren't we at least once a clown after we mistake stuff with groups, or maybe think that two members are actually one? Although, I wouldn't mind if it wasn't actually to reality on Twice's Momo. Chill, let's move. Okay, I see from where you're coming. I kinda disagree and somehow agree on this one. The thing with idol being trainee at a young age is to actually formate them to be skilled at early age. That way they can debut them at early age so they can be sure on them having a long career. While being young, they also ensure idols of future generations by building their skills under a longer time. The thing that I agree on here is that trainee under 13 are most likely to not be sure about what they are doing. They are most likely to regret it and miss a lot of stuff by spending much time with training during childhood. The trainee system doesn't suit people under 13 years old. Company manipulate younger trainee, either never debuting them, which is a big loss to the trainees, or debuting them too young. So this matter has sided to agree and side to disagree. The perfect example of a trainee age, period, and age of debut I can think of is Blackpink. Okay, now let's move on to the next confession. Well, I have a confession to do on this matter as well. I can't differentiate members of half of the group thoughty somehow stan. I dare someone to say I can make differences between as one members, which is worse than your situation since I'm supposed to recognize them. So it's okay. It's only weird when you are a stan for some long time but you still can't recognize them. Just like me, LMO. Let's move on.
Whenever a couple comes out, I always just look up ship videos. If the couple with other people, it's just really funny because it just looks so delusional, and then the people who come back sad because the ship didn't sailed.
Jokes aside, that's exactly what I did when Gio and Daniel, Momo and Heechul, and the recent that came out. It's quite funny for me to do so we are on the same boat X. But what's even funnier is when even if the dating news are confirmed, some keep saying that the legit couple is going to break up because their ships is true love. That's what I call excessive delusional toxic shippers. Another confession of mine is that I was a Momo and Heechul shipper a year before the news. I wasn't delusional, but looking back at their moments, you can see that's a possibility. So when the news came out, I straight up looked for Hani x Heechul shippers that were saying that Heechul is going to break up for Hani. It's always funny to look up for shippers' reaction after dating news, so I don't judge you. Let's move to the last confession. This is understandable. People whom generally stan a group at debut or pre-debut end up unstaining because of this matter, as we can go by the fact that people stan at early days of a groups because they are having expectations, or because the group seem talented, so they don't mind waiting for content since it's worth it. What is encouraging me on stanning rookie group is shaving TV shows appearances. So yeah, everything come at it time. You don't have to pressure yourself on stanning group until you want to do so. That's the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, let me know it in the comments below. See ya!